there's something at least superficially ironic for me about the book, in that both of you, but particularly Annette, over the past 2 decades have been associated with, first, this reconsideration of Jefferson that raised many doubts about Jefferson, that cracked the idea of him as the most perfect of the founding fathers. But now this book, while it's significantly about the slavery question, and we'll talk more about that later, but it is also seemingly a call to recognize the other Jefferson, in some sense to restore the Jefferson that we thought we knew before so much of this more recent discussion. And I think that's what the Empire of Imagination in the title is really getting about. But what exactly do you mean by that, the Empire of the Imagination?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah, okay. Well, Doug, I think the idea is that Jefferson looked forward. In fact, if you wanted to say one thing that differentiates Jefferson from our times, makes him a foreigner, his sensibility somewhat alien. You mentioned before how Enlightenment ideas still shape our values, but there's one fundamental premise of the Enlightenment, which is a belief in the possibility of progress that I think we don't embrace with the same fervor. Mm-hmm. The whole idea of enlightenment suggests that it's cumulative, that more light will be shed, more people will see clearly, and that's what we've premised our whole experiment on, is that if you engage the people in politics, they take it as their own, they don't simply submit to superior authority, then they will become more enlightened and we'll have a better kind of politics that's truer to who we are. That's Jefferson's dream, I think.
And he was optimistic. I think that's what you're getting at. Yeah. He had a sense of optimism because he's in the age of enlightenment, the age of scientific discovery, and he saw so much of life, likened it to science in a way, that science would progress and human beings would progress. So the empire of his imagination is all the things that he sort of thought were possible, that could happen with the new republic, with the new nation, that we could do things differently. And so the empire of his imagination is Jefferson up at Monticello in various venues, thinking about what the future will be like and what would make a good future. And so thinking that things are going to work out. And that's the thing that, as Peter is saying, is difficult for us to understand because, we see what happened, right? And then we understand all of the struggle and the turmoil and so forth. But he was confident that things would get better and better and better. And I don't think we realize that it doesn't progress in that sort of linear fashion. And I think he really did see that, or think that people go to school, people become educated, the larger masses of people, then enlightenment would come.